So now we're going to get into some of the new allies.
I really like what they did with the allies in this set. They really kind of solidified the themes that they were doing for the allies. Now you know that when you play hero allies, you're going to be a controller deck. You have Gohan, which is a winter countryside-esque effect.
Yeah, not quite the same. We talked about that.
Yeah, not nearly as strong because it's when a player raises his anger. So it's unique per effect. So each effect that raises your anger will only get you one anger, whereas Winter Countryside made it so that only one anger was gained per card.
So,
right.
Like the Saiyan Mastery, for example, that you gain multiple instances of anger from the same card. In the old game Winter Countryside, it would only work the very first time. Gohan, it can still work with every attack by one anger. There's a big difference. I don't think in this game it's that much of a difference to say because
it definitely is a difference. I mean, yeah, there's no Winter Countryside.
But there's not a whole lot of cards that gain multiple anger besides the Mastery.
Red is going to be gaining anger from its cards and critical damage effects. Saiyan has a lot of cards that have multiple anger effects. If it gains anger, it rejuvenates. If it gains an anger and the Mastery,
I guess whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of instances where Gohan is you're gonna get around Gohan. Krillin is just a really solid effect, any aggressive deck.
Yep, any good heroes who don't really have a lot of good drills, you can play him any kind of hero ally deck. Even if you don't want to run allies, just play him as drill tech if you want to. I mean, the only thing about him that's negative, potentially, is that it's not optional, it's not you may, and it's any drill. So kind of like the, was it Red Anger Blast from set 1 that removes a drill in play? If your opponent doesn't have one, you would have to remove your own if you had one. Krillin's level 1 Krillin's ally is the same way. You would have to banish your own if your opponent has no drills. It's a potential downside, but I don't see people playing him in their own drill decks for that reason. So
you're not going to play him in an orange deck.
No.
What you're going to play in an orange deck is Goku ally, because this is just really strong.
It's just silly. Such a deck for style drill place in the play. Not just in an orange.
Just money. Just straight money in the game.
Even in a blue deck who doesn't want to run, the current Goku level 1, just run it with Krillin. Get out Blue Mental Drill. Get out, what's the other one? Blue...
Oh yeah, my God. Krillin is going to go
Blue Mental Drill. Blue
nuts with
drill.
Goku ally.
I mean,
Krillin Black, Smooth this drill.
Just get Blue Positioning Drill and Blue Mental Drill first turn. There you go. Done.
And, Gohan got a lot of help in this.
Gohan got way too much support in this set.
Piccolo ally
Specifically Gohan Namekian.
I said this in the endurance test podcast that I was in. Piccolo, we all know from the show that he just loves jumping in front of energy attacks. He just loves saving Gohan by throwing his body.
That brings an interesting point, because Chi-Chi is a physical block, and you can use her if your MP is Gohan or Goku.
Right. She loves both of them.
But Piccolo is only effective if your MP's Gohan.
Right.
It should also be Goku, because now you mention it...
Piccolo doesn't care about Goku.
Didn't he hold Raditz and help Goku kill him?
So but he didn't jump in front of and save Goku.
But he jumped behind Raditz and held Raditz in place.
No, that was Goku who did that.
Did it?
Yeah. No, he killed Goku. He doesn't...
Well, I think giving it just to Gohan is stupid. Even if they give it somebody random, like Gohan and Krillin, because he helps save Krillin sometimes.
It should be stop an energy attack. If your opponent's MP is Goku, that energy attack is now attacking Goku.
That would be silly and ridiculous and fun. And then we've got Trunks. Trunks, I'm just going to plead the fifth on this. Panini, you guys...
Spectacular. Too strong.
You had to make a clarification to the gameplay rules already. Why?
It doesn't make sense that you can use his power when entering combat. It really doesn't.
Because the text says when entering combat, but its effect is a power.
You can't use allies if you're one above or higher.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip.
Or two above or higher.
I mean, its effect is almost too strong. I mean, it's better. I would almost think rather than running rather than running Trunks MP, it's almost better to run a better MP and run him as an ally instead. It's almost a better effect than Trunks, because Trunks just fluctuates as you actually level up on the main personality. I would now run Gohan and just run him as the ally. Why not?
All of the ally control decks out there, if Trunks truly works when entering combat regardless of your power level, all the ally control decks out there just got a huge boost because he always helps you. You're either seeing your card or seeing your opponent's card.
Yep. On the other hand, if they make it so it doesn't work when you're not 0-1 above, he's never going to be used because, I mean, if you power up, you're going to power up at least 2 stages.
Yeah.
So you're never going to use it on your turn, and if you use it on the opponent's turn, big whoop.
So it really only makes sense if it can be used, but it's really strong. I don't know. I think it's stronger than people are giving it credit for.
Funny thing to note is, I think Trunks' ally level 1 is stronger than Trunks' main personality level 1. He hits 95,000, and I think the Trunks MP only hits 65 or 75,000. So I think that's funny too.
It's because Trunks really just likes helping others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody say Ginu ally deck? So just throw him in. He's not a Ginyu Force member. I don't know why not. He should be, because he's Ginyu. But you can throw him in like a blue mental drill. See your opponent's hand. Why not?
Ginyu ally, you know,
Ginyu orange or black, like a blue deck, it'd just be silly.
When I first read Ginyu ally, I was like, okay, blue mental drill for villains. Really good. Not amazing, but good. But then I played in the Seal tournament, and I got to use him, and just, oh my god, it's so good. It's like people were mad about Ginyu before, about the MP, you know, taking over the meta, blah, blah, blah. Now they're going to be mad about Ginyu ally for the rest of the game.
I mean, comparing him to like blue mental drill, because it's the only closest thing we have. With the blue drill, it's harder to get rid of a drill than it would be by an ally, because critical damage won't affect a drill. So you'll specifically have to use a card that gets rid of a drill in play once blue mental drill is in play. So comparatively, he's not as strong as it is because he's not as easy to get out. He's not going to stay in play quite as long as a drill would.
Well, when you level, you don't discard your allies. So it really depends on the deck that you're playing. Seeing your opponent's hand is such a powerful ability. It's just overlooked.
What I would have liked with him, instead of seeing your opponent's hand, is everybody plays with their hands face up.
Yeah, that would have been a more fair ability.
It would have been interesting. It would have been fair, and especially because you're only allowing him 2 villains. It gives you still a negative, I don't want to say negative, but it makes it comparable. It makes it almost fair. Because rather than just saying, you know, I'm a hero, I don't have that option, it's not cool. Not cool making something that strong, that specific to villain decks.
And they really made the villain allies very aggressive. You know, seeing your opponent's hand is an aggressive ability. Dodoria is another aggressive ability that they gave villains, where, you know, you can just steal a Dragon Ball.
I don't think Dodoria is going to see that much play, though, unless Dragon Ball has become really popular. If people start playing a lot of Namekian decks again, and I'm talking Namekian decks with Dragon Balls and not allies now, I mean, I could see it because it's a secondary steal it, but the thing about Dodoria is he gets around Namekian Mastery because it's not a critical damage effect, so he can just steal it. But again, it's only open to villains.
Yeah, well, villains are going to be the Dragon Ball deck because of Dodoria and because of Face Smash.
Villains also have a villains-only card that steals a Dragon Ball, too, so what the fuck is up with that?
They're the Dragon Ball deck. You're going to want to play a villain Dragon Ball deck. Speaking of Frieza, the ally that he was given in this game, it's a very interesting effect. It's Dying Planet.
Great wording.
Oh, yeah, you know, pristine wording. The reason that you guys need to hire me for quality...
Left card damage from attacks is banished. There's like 3 grammatical things wrong in 6 words right there. Like, seriously.
But, you know, it's Dying Planet. You know, once it hits the field, all the damage is going to be removed, which is really strong. Mm-hmm. You know, there are not that many cards.
A little bigger than Dying Planet. Dying Planet was every time a card hit the discard pile.
Yeah.
This is only life card damage from attack, so it's not quite as strong, but still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like...
But, see, that's a fair effect, though, because it works for both people.
Right.
Unlike the Ginyu ally, which only lets you see your opponent's hand, Frieza takes effect for the whole field, which is not a bad thing. If they run to make constant effects on allies, like what Battlegrounds and Locations were in the old game, Frieza falls under that umbrella. Ginyu does not. Ginyu is specifically to your opponent. If they wanted to make it like a Majin Buu's new house location, it should have been for every player.
I mean,
Nappa is for everybody.
They did give heroes Bulma and Goku, and Bulma and Goku are extreme, and Trunks. They're extremely powerful abilities. So I think it's fair that they gave, you know, that villains have Goldo, which, let's not talk about Goldo. And villains have Captain Ginyu now. And villains also have Zarbon, which...
Zarbon was the MPV in the tournament today, and Blue Frieza stops an attack, he stops a physical attack, gain an anger, or you take a physical attack, gain an anger. It's retarded.
When you play allies and you can just redirect the damage to your allies, you know, you can kind of pick and choose. You have physical blocks in your hand, you'd be like, oh, I'll take those 2 stages and I'll gain an anger.
I'll take them with Zarbon and gain an anger.
Yeah, Zarbon is going to be in almost every single villain deck. I can already see it. Kind of like Goku, really. I think a lot of hero decks are going to start playing Goku. A lot of villain decks are going to be playing Zarbon. But anyway, Vegeta is an ally. The last ally that we have.
I don't like what they did with Vegeta. I mean, we all saw the original version of Vegeta. He was Nappa for events.
I'm glad they changed the original.
I'm glad
Vegeta.
they changed the original, yes. But again, I wouldn't mind it because it affected the... Well, was the original version your opponent? Or
it was all events.
See, again, I wouldn't mind that following the theme of affecting the whole field.
No, because all you do is you play a red or a Saiyan. You play a Saiyan deck, and then you don't play any events. Who cares? Who cares? Just fill your deck with attacks, and then just cream your opponent. Just overpowering attack for Vegeta first turn every game.
Whatever. I can see it both ways. I don't like what they did with the new Vegeta. The new Vegeta now is just a birder. It's a birder, but
it's a shitty birder.
It's a shitty birder. Yeah, it's a birder for... Like, birder is to Ginu, Vegeta is to Nappa, and it's just a stupid mirror, and I think it was not necessary at all. I mean, he has plus 2, he makes Nappa stronger, sure, why not? But I don't get it.